Welcome to Divine Hand for another soulful, insightful spiritual message. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, collective. This is your spiritual guided message for today. Our pre-pull some tarot to just give us a deeper insight of what spirit is trying to say. And with that being said, let's get started. So the first card I pulled was the Boar. The Boar is Aries energy. It's about courage, confrontation, struggles through challenges, right? This is about raw strength, okay? Facing challenges just head on rather than avoiding them, okay? Protective, persistence, survival instincts. This is claiming your power and standing your ground, okay? And the card I pulled with that was the Death card. And the Death card is that ending that is necessary. Major transformation for that rebirth, okay? Letting go of what has just ran its course, okay, collective? A clean break that just leads to a renewal, okay? So what I'm getting for the both of them, the combination, is this is just a signal of a forceful but purposeful ending, okay? This isn't like passive transition. You are being called to like actively confront something that must end, okay? The board says don't run, okay? Don't delay. And the Death card just confirms that the chapter, it should be over. It's over, okay? You may be ending a relationship, a habit, a belief, or an identity, okay, that no longer aligns with you, okay? You must like stand strong during a difficult release, okay? Transformation requires bravery, not avoidance, okay? So a powerful rebirth is just waiting, okay? But after, you fully surrender, okay? And so if we're talking about love or relationship, it's like an old dynamic dies, right? So like a healthier one can be born. If you're single, you're strutting past emotional armor or toxic patterns, okay? Um Maybe you're confronting the truth that leads to either a deeper renewal or separation is what I'm getting, okay? We could be talking about Aries or Scorpio. Let's continue. So the next card we have is the Hummingbird. And the hummingbird is about joy, lightness. This is Virgo energy, an emotional alignment, okay? Seeing the beauty even in difficult moments, okay? And that is definitely a Virgo. This is quick perception and adaptability. So it's about just following the truth through intuition rather than force. And the card I pulled with that was the Seven of Swords. So deception, secrecy, okay? Or we could be talking about an Aquarius, okay? Um, this is someone's avoiding accountability, right? Strategic thinking, okay? Something is dishonest. Sometimes it's for the protection, okay? So someone may be being dishonest towards you. It could be a Virgo to just try to protect you in some type of way. Things are happening behind the scenes, okay? So the combination message that I'm getting is there may be like deceptive half truths or avoidance around you, but the hummingbird reminds you not to, just let this steal your joy or drain your energy. You are, being guided to observe without confrontation, okay? Trust, your intuition and just move smartly, okay, rather than emotionally, okay? So someone is not being fully honest here, okay? Words and actions just don't align, okay? You're sensing something is off, but you don't have all the proof yet. You must protect your energy, okay, while just gathering clarity, okay? So if you're in like a partnership or a love relationship, a partner or like a love interest may be hiding something, okay? Flirting, maybe secret communication, or just being, elusive is what I'm getting, okay? So, your advice is just don't, excuse, watch the patterns. Don't excuse this person for what they're doing. Watch the patterns, okay? Um, let's continue. So, the last spirit card I have is the emerald, the color emerald, okay? And this is prosperity, love, loyalty, emotional growth. Okay. So this is just like a heart aligned expansion and um conscious choice. Okay, so this has to do with the heart chakra healing and activation as well. Okay, so truth, loyalty and emotional clarity, growth, abundance, and renewal. Okay, choosing integrity over fear. Okay, and we have heavy Aries because we have the Two of Wands. Okay, and this represents you're standing at a crossroads regarding this person, collective. Okay, or people. Okay, you're planning for the future. Okay, regardless of what, right? um this is like long-term vision, choosing between paths, personal power, and direction. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that your next move must be like guided by your heart, not your ego or comfort. You already sense there is more available to you. Okay, but you must choose it consciously. Okay, you're deciding between staying safe or expanding, right? A relationship, career, or just a spiritual path, or that may just require commitment to growth. Okay, your heart already knows the answer, but your fear is hesitant. Okay, and if we're talking about a love or a relationship, you may be choosing a relationship that supports growth, honesty, and healing. Right, you're deciding where to invest deeper or just walk, towards something new. Okay, a soulmate level choice based on value, not just attraction alone, is what I'm getting. Okay, um, and the card I pulled with that, I'm sorry, and we pulled three more tarot cards to go with that, right? But what I wanted to say is like you may be like choosing a path that allows your heart to grow. Okay, and so the emerald, it just reminds you that true abundance comes from alignment. Okay, and the Two of Wands just asks you to just step forward with intention. Okay, is what I'm getting. Now we have the Ace of Swords, and that's the truth, right? You're cutting through the illusions. This is the truth. Truth becomes a discipline. Okay, this is the clear truth and the breakthrough. Okay, this is mental clarity, honesty, and decisive conversation. Right, something is being spoken, right, realized, or just cutting through the illusions. Right, it's aligning. It aligns, with the idea that the message uh begins with truth. Okay, so someone may be sending you a message, right? It's not confusion. It comes with truth, not confusion, and not avoidance, is what I'm getting here. Then we have the Hierophant. And this is the alignment, the values, and the structure of it all, the relationship or whatever you're building, right? Career. It could be a number of things here is what I'm looking at. But once the truth is revealed, the Hierophant just says, what are you going to do with it? Okay, this can be tied to a commitment, a shared values, moral or spiritual alignment, doing things that's right or divinely guided. It suggests that the truth isn't meant to be being fleed. Okay, it's meant to reshape beliefs, rules, and commitment. Okay. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles, and this is the effort and the mastery that needs to be done, the consistency. Okay, this is where you begin to think practical. Okay, the truth and the values must now work on the daily. You must now work on that daily. Okay, so this is rebuilding through like effort, learning from your mistakes, right? Showing changes through action and not just the words. Okay, so the overall message that I'm getting here is have honest communication. Okay, truth is going to be revealed, right? That that type of truth that demands integrity and alignment with your higher values. Okay. Real transformation is happening only if consistent efforts,